It's Henry Weeder, man. This is a Stihl MS 194. I'm going to do some leak tests. I got my leak test solution ready. It's just regular detergent and some water. More detergent than water. You want it to foam up. I'm going to bring it up to 10 pounds. I got my handy dandy little pump. I paid 29 bucks for it. You don't have to have the high expensive $60, $70 one. Don't waste your money on that stuff. Be careful what you buy. I've had good luck with these lower price items. So I take and put a little bit of soap around here. I'm looking for leaks. Right, I do have a small pressure drop, so I do have a tiny one somewhere. This is OEM cylinder, and it's an OEM clamshell. So, believe it or not, they did not fit up well. I had to take a drill file and hit both sides on both of them to make them go flat. I mean, I really had to file them down. I was quite surprised that they wouldn't match up with each other, but it's not uncommon. All right, so the leak's going to be around the seal, I'll guarantee it. And there it is. There it is. There's the leak. Found it. So my small leak is right there at the crack where the clamshell comes together and the gasket. Now, other people have put gasket material on these seals. I will try that. To me, it's kind of hard. If I make sure I got no Permatex lube on it so it'll stick. So I'll go ahead and do that, but my leak is right there. Look at that. Look at that little devil right there. So that's a pressure test. Look at that. And at 5 pounds, I'm seeing it. And the vacuum was dropping too, so now we know where it is. Okay, so what I do, this is just me. I got my marker. I'll mark it just for me for reference. So I'll pull this back apart. I'll totally clean it up again. Probably won't work because it's wet. That's good enough for me now. I can see it. All right, and I know that's where it is. So I'll pull it apart. I'll clean it up. I'll put a little Permatex lube, my little RTV lube onto the seal, and then I'll reassemble this, let it sit for a few hours, let it cure, and we'll see what happens. Bummer. So anyways, that's the MS-194 leak test after sitting after assembly, and it happens. It happens. I got my homemade test blanks. I'm going to have some better ones made. I got a buddy that's going to hook me up. And anyways, I like to do this little motor not in the chassis. You can see why, because it slides into the chassis. And then I got to do it again once I put the intake boot on. And I'm getting a special test fitting. Once I put the intake boot on, I can test it that way too. So I've two different versions of way of doing this. So I'm working on that one. I haven't worked on these in a long time. So I did get out of the business for a while and got rid of a lot of my tools. So now I've reacquired all my tools. So I'm doing pretty good. All right, Henry the Weeder Man out. That's a test of MS-194 Stihl leak test, and it's unsat, so I have to go back to the drawing board. It happens. I'm not perfect. All right, have a great day.